Here is something most people never realize until it's too late. You can fall deeply in love with someone who's completely wrong for you. The chemistry feels electric, your heart races, everything seems perfect until it isn't. That's why the first 6 months of a relationship are more revealing than most people think. They're not just about falling in love, they're about seeing the truth behind the spark. Hi, I'm Margo and welcome back to Keep Calm Margo, the place where we peel back the layers of attraction and learn to understand love, not just feel it. This video isn't about judging anyone, it's about helping you recognize patterns that can quietly sabotage your future, so you can build something real, not just something that feels good for a moment. The 6-month window. Why it matters. Here's a pattern psychologists have noticed for decades. The first 6 months of dating are like an emotional spotlight. Everything that will one day make or break your relationship tends to show itself in that window. At first, we're all showing our best sides. Our brain floods with dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, the chemicals that make you think, I finally found the one. But once that initial infatuation fades, your true emotional compatibility or incompatibility begins to surface. A study from University College London scanned the brains of people newly in love and found that intense honeymoon effect tends to last between 6 months and 1 year. During this time, the brain's reward system behaves similarly to someone addicted to a substance. When this fades, what's left is the real foundation: emotional trust, communication, respect, and shared values. That's why this period is crucial. It's not about being paranoid, it's about paying attention. Because most red flags don't scream, they whisper. They show up in tone, timing, or how someone handles your feelings. You don't need to overanalyze every message or conversation, just stay observing. If you can stay calm and honest through this stage, you'll see what kind of relationship you are really building, a partnership or a performance. Red flag number 1: inconsistent communication. Let's start with one of the most confusing red flags: inconsistency. One week she is sending long good morning texts and voice notes. The next she is quite distant or too busy. This roller coaster can make you feel like you are the problem or like you need to do more. But here's the truth. Inconsistent communication often reflects internal inconsistency. It's a sign that someone is emotionally unsure, not necessarily manipulative. Women sometimes pull away not because they've lost interest, but because they are testing emotional safety. She wants to see if you'll stay calm and grounded or become reactive and clingy. It's subconscious, not malicious. When a woman feels emotionally safe, she becomes consistent. When she doesn't, she protects herself through distance. The healthy response isn't to chase or question, it's to observe and stay steady. A confident man doesn't panic when someone withdraws. He notices, he communicates, and if the pattern continues, he takes it as data, not rejection. Think of it this way: attraction creates the spark, but consistency builds the trust. Without it, you are just chasing chemistry with no connection. Red flag number 2: avoidance of emotional vulnerability. This one's subtle but powerful. You ask a personal question, maybe about her past, what she's looking for long term, or how she handles conflict, and she deflects. She changes the subject, laughs it off, or gives you a vague answer. Now, don't assume she's hiding something dark. Many people, men and women, struggle with vulnerability because it feels unsafe. But if after months she still keeps everything on the surface, you are not in a relationship, you are in a performance. There is an important study from the University of Toronto that found that adults tend to repeat attachment-based relationship patterns across multiple partners. In other words, if someone avoids closeness or fears emotional intimacy, that pattern doesn't just disappear with a new person, it follows them until they consciously address it. So when someone refuses to open up after 6 months, it's not a sign that you need to fix them. It's a sign that they are just not ready. Emotional availability isn't something you can earn, it's something someone must offer. And here is the secret: emotionally unavailable people can be the most charming. They often appear confident and independent, but deep down they keep emotional doors locked to avoid pain. If you feel like you are always earning closeness, just step back. Love shouldn't feel like you are negotiating access to someone's heart. Red flag number 3: disrespect for your boundaries. This one starts small. Maybe she makes a joke at your expense in front of friends, or insists on doing something you've already said makes you uncomfortable. You brush it off because everything else seems good. But boundaries are like fences. Once someone learns they can climb them, they will. Many women don't even realize they are testing boundaries. It's often subconscious, a way of saying, can I trust this man to lead and stay firm? If you fold easily or let disrespect slide, she may unconsciously lose respect for you, even if she still likes you. Boundaries protect connection, they don't destroy it. A study by the University of California, Berkeley found that couples who respected each other's personal limits reported significantly higher satisfaction and long-term stability than those who frequently bent their partner's boundaries for the sake of harmony. Respect starts where fear ends. If you fear losing someone by saying no, you'll attract relationships that cost your peace. But when you calmly assert what matters to you, you create emotional safety, and only those ready for healthy love will stay. Red flag number 4: emotional manipulation or push-pull games. You know that pattern. Everything feels perfect. Then, suddenly, she's distant, cold, or accusing you of something you didn't do. Then, a few days later, she's back to being affectionate. This quote-unquote dance leaves you exhausted, but hooked. That's not love, that's emotional gambling. The Rutgers University research on romantic love and brain chemistry found that love activates the same brain regions involved in addiction. That's why relationships filled with highs and lows can feel more addictive than calm, stable ones. Your brain starts craving the emotional spike. Some people mistake this volatility for passion, but real love isn't a consistent adrenaline rush. It's calm energy, quiet trust, and consistency. If someone uses guilt, jealousy, or silence to control your emotions, that's not a connection, it's conditioning. Let's take an example from the movie La La Land. Mia and Sebastian loved each other deeply, but their dreams, pride, and timing pulled them apart. The movie isn't about villains or victims, it's about two people whose emotional needs went out of sync. Sometimes love fades, not from lack of effort, but from lack of emotional alignment. When you feel like you are losing yourself just to keep someone's affection, that's your red flag. Red flag number 5: misalignment of core values. Attraction can start from spark, but love survives on alignment. In the first 6 months, you'll hear hints how they talk about money, family, friends, responsibility, or the future. Those aren't small talk topics. They are the blueprint of compatibility. If your values clash, you'll eventually fight about reality. It's easy to ignore misalignment early on because chemistry fades louder than logic. But once the dopamine fades, those differences become cracks. Healthy couples don't need to be identical, they just need to share directions. If your goals constantly conflict, it's not about who is right, it's about whether you are traveling the same road. Conclusion. The truth is, love will always involve risk, but ignoring red flags doesn't protect your heart, it only delays heartbreak. Spotting patterns early doesn't make you cynical, it makes you emotionally intelligent. Because when you understand the difference between spark and stability, you stop chasing intensity and start choosing peace. So in your next relationship, don't just ask, is she the one? Ask, is this bringing out the best version of me? Because the right relationship doesn't feel like walking on eggshells, it feels like coming home. And remember, Keep Calm Margo isn't here to tell you who to love. I'm here to help you love wisely. Because when you grow into your best self, the right person doesn't complete you. they meet you. Thank you for being with me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!